Welcome to your yoga practice. Welcome. I am Casey Jean, and today I'm going to offer you a gentle, slow flow practice. I recommend a blanket or perhaps a towel, whatever you've got. Have it handy and settle in. We'll start seated, however you prefer to sit. That might be in a chair, it might be on the floor. Whenever you're seated, bring a hand to the top of your head, press gently into it, and perhaps feel a little length in your spine. Drop the hand to your lap, but maintain that length. Inhale and lift your shoulders up high. Exhale and release the shoulders, release the breath. Do that one more time. Inhale, lift the shoulders high. Exhale, let it go. If you're anything like me, you carry tension in your neck, so let's release some of that by finding half circles in the neck. Guide your head, ear to a shoulder. Slowly make your way ear to the other shoulder. And just move in a slow, steady pace. And know that as you move through practice, while I'll be practicing with you, move at your own pace. There's absolutely no need to move exactly when I move or how I move. It's your practice, your body. The next time your head is over towards the left, let it stay there. Reach your left arm up and over. Press a little bit into your hand. So hand to head, press your head into it just a little bit and breathe. Now your right hand could stay in your lap, or you could bring your arm out towards the side. You could even reach a little bit more towards the right, perhaps high on your fingertips, accentuating the sense of lengthening that's happening. Slowly release out of that. Find a little movement in your shoulders, like shoulder shrugs or maybe a little bit of that head circling. And then find your way to the other side. So your head's now tilting towards the right. Right arm reaches up and over. Press the head into your hand. Breathe. Left hand could stay in your lap or move out towards the side. Think as an extension from your left hip. Maybe you inch your fingertips more left, adding that sense of lengthening. Breathe. Release the hand. Find some movement. Head in neutral. Shrug, roll the shoulders. Do whatever you feel like your body needs or wants. Bring hands to heart. Perhaps one on heart, the other on belly. And if you don't want to do that, then hey, just bring your hands towards your lap. If you feel comfortable doing so, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Silently repeat after me. I am here. Allow yourself to just be here for this practice. Let everything else go for now. You are here. Bring fingertips to your elbows and begin to twist left and right. Really slowly, so hands stay at your shoulders. Twist to one side. Slowly come to center. Twist to the other side. Now, if you'd like, you could connect your movement with your breath, inhaling to center and exhaling to twist. However you move, we'll stay here for a little bit longer. The next time you go to either side, you can either stay with your fingertips to the shoulders or extend your arms out wide like a T. Then hands back to shoulders, come back through center. Slowly twist to the other side, and same thing. Could stay as you are or extend arms out far like a T. Come back, hands to shoulders, and come to center. And an easy forward fold over your legs. Whether you're seated on the ground or a chair, just lean forward. Maybe letting the head and neck go. Depending on where you're at, you might come to forearms. Could be forearms on the ground, could be forearms in your lap. Take a deep breath in. Slowly come back through center. Return fingertips to the shoulders, and this time tilt left and right. If this reminds you of the little teapot song, you're not alone. So we're finding length through the side body. Slowly go to the side, up through center, and the other side. So when you go to this side, you could lift your top arm up and over, reaching a little bit. Hand comes back down to the shoulder. Reach arms out wide. And wrap your arms around yourself. Squeeze. Head can drop towards your arms. Notice what arm is on top. Open your arms again. Squeeze shoulder blades together and swap, crossing the other arm on top this time. You can drop the head. Come to neutral. Rest the hands in your lap. We are transitioning now, and if you have that blanket or towel, I recommend putting it on your yoga mat or whatever space you're in to go underneath your knees in tabletop. Just gives a little bit of cushion, a little bit of softness. So in tabletop, kind of self-adjust. Look at your body. You want relatively wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and then find some cat-cow-like movement. So arching your spine. And both ways, pressing shoulder blades up, finding that curve, and dropping the belly, gazing up. Simply move in between those. And come back to a neutral spine. Step your left leg straight out behind you. Tips of your toes are on the ground, and you can energetically press through your heel, lengthening through the back side of your left leg. Breathe. If you want to focus on the stretch, then keep your toes down. If you'd like to add some balance and core strength, then you can lift your left leg up straight out from your hip. If it's lifted, continue pressing through your heel. If your leg isn't lifted, go ahead and lift it and then cross step over your right grounded leg. Stay high on the toes, press through your heel, still stretching the left leg. You've essentially kickstand your leg over the other. Come back through center. Bring your knee in towards your chest. Extend left leg, float it, knee to chest, lift it as high towards the chest as you can. Step through to the top of your mat, finding a low lunge. This might take a few moments to get there. That is perfectly fine. And then once you arrive, see what feels best. If you have yoga blocks, you could put those underneath your hands. You could lift up to your fingertips. Maybe you bring your hands to your thigh. Last option could be to lift your arms straight up overhead or extension from your heart. Soften the shoulders. And an option for your legs, you could stay in your low lunge, or if you want more of a challenge, tuck your back toes under, press through the heel, and lift your right knee up off of the ground, finding a high lunge. Do what feels most appropriate for you, not what you feel like you should be doing. Breathe wherever you are. Slowly lower the knee if you were lifted. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Now you've got 2 straight legs. You might need to shorten your stance. High on the heel of your front foot. This is likely rather intense, so breathe. If it's too much having your hands on the ground, you could try bringing your hands up higher to your thigh, but honestly, you're going to really challenge your balance with that option. So if you have blocks, that might be your preferred option. And otherwise, just know that your front leg, does not have to be 100% straight. It's okay if it's a little bent. Your lucky day, we're coming down. Bring your back leg down and bring your left arm on the inside of your front leg, finding a wide lunge. Your back leg, you can kind of do what you want. You can keep the toes tucked. That tends to feel like a bit more stable option, or the top of the foot could rest down. Depending on how this feels in your hips, you might stay exactly as you are. You could potentially come down to your forearms. Some of you may even like to try splaying out to the left side of your foot. Breathe. Slowly exit this. Come back to your lunge, one hand on either side of the front foot. Tuck your back toes, lift that knee, step back into a plank shape. Breathe for a moment. Press back to downward facing dog. That's that upside down V shape. Soften your knees. Press up and back with your hips. Breathe in. Engage your shoulders. Breathe out. Very slowly, float your knees down to the ground. Return to your tabletop shape. Right leg extends behind you. Press through the heel and breathe. Keep an element of softness in your elbows. You can stay down or float the right leg if you want that balance and core strength. Breathe. If the leg isn't lifted, go ahead and lift it. Step behind the grounded leg, kickstanding your leg for a stretch. You can gaze over your left shoulder towards the right foot. Begin to slowly release yourself out. Right knee neutral behind you. Bring the knee towards your chest. Breathe. Extend the right leg behind you. Float it, knee to chest, and step it through to your low lunge. Again, take a few moments to find your variation. You might need to extend your legs a little longer, wider. Palms might be on the ground. You might come to fingertips. Maybe hands come to your thigh. Feel it out. See what you need. Flow over force. Soften wherever you might be holding tension. Maybe the hands lift up, straight up overhead or more at an angle. You can try it and see what feels better for your shoulders. And then the option again to add on for your legs, strengthening a bit more. You can tuck the toes under and lift the back knee up off of the ground. Notice that I said maybe and if. You don't have to. You can stay down. Nothing wrong with that. Breathe wherever you are. If lifted, bring your hands down. Finding our stretch. Back knee lifts. Hop that leg forward a little bit. Front leg is straight on the heel of your front right leg. Get this stance as short as you need it to have a relatively straight front leg. You're folding over the leg, maybe on fingertips, maybe you have blocks underneath your hands. Maybe even the hands go to your shin or thigh. Breathe wherever you're at. Coming down to your low lunge, hands on the ground. Wide squat. Right hand comes on the inside of your right leg. Inch the right foot more towards the edge of your mat. And then again, depending on how it feels, you might stay up on your palms. You might lower to forearms. Breathe. If you want to try, you could splay your right foot out towards the side, dropping the knee to the side. Begin to slowly make your way back to more traditional low lunge. One hand either side of the front foot. Tuck the back toes to lift the knee. Step into plank. From plank, drop the knees and slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Wiggle around a little bit. Soften your low back. Slide your arms forward into Sphinx shape. So elbows are underneath your shoulders. Forearms are parallel to one another. If your back feels tight here, then take your legs wider, maybe the distance of your yoga mat. And then figure out how you'd like your neck to be. You could keep your gaze, nose in front of you. You could let your head drop to relax in the shoulders and the neck. We'll hold here for a few moments. Take one more breath. And slowly begin to come down. Stack your palms on one another and rest on either side of your face. You could bend the knees and windshield wiper your legs side to side, dropping heels left and right. Maybe you just rest in stillness. Keep your arms as they are, but turn your head so you're resting on your forehead. Lift only your legs up off of the mat. Breathe. Curl the toes under. Slowly lower down, release. You can wiggle your hips a little left and right. And we'll do that again. Lift, engage your low belly, engage your quads, lift your legs. Feet can be apart. Lower down. Flipping it now, lower body will stay. But you're going to lift your torso. You can either extend your arms straight forward like a Superman, or you can have your hands by your shoulders like a push-up. Lift your chest, a little bit of your belly up off of the mat, and breathe. Just one more moment. And lower down. Stack the palms, rest the head. You can wiggle the hips. Again, lifting the torso. Maybe the palms are by your sides. Maybe the arms are straight out in front of you. Breathe. The legs are staying down on the ground. You can even press down through the tops of your feet. Slowly, safely lower down. Resting. Again, you could windshield wipe your legs side to side for some relief in your low back. Press your palms to the ground. Slowly come up to seated. Release into the leg. So have your right leg straight, bend into the left knee, so almost like a seated tree. Turn, fold over the right leg. Your belly button's facing towards the knee. Walk your arms out and fold to whatever point. See if you can let your body just soften and relax. No need to perform. This doesn't need to look any certain way. Soften. Relax. Soften. Relax. Slowly come up through seated. Keep the legs as they are. Slide the right arm down the leg. Reach up and over. So now we're getting a little bit more into the side body. Shoulders are stacked. Breathe. Feel the sense of lengthening through the left side of your body, even up in the underarm. And slowly come up to seated. Take your time switching your legs. So this time the left leg is long. Bend into the right knee, sole of the foot coming in towards the inner thigh. Maybe it's the inner calf. Turn belly so it's facing towards the knee and walk your hands forward, folding to whatever point. Soften shoulders, soften jaw, soften belly. Relax. Release. Soften. Release. Slowly slide up to seated. Left arm slides down the left leg. Reach up and over. So you've tilted your torso a bit. Right shoulder is over the left. Reach up and over. Arms extending towards the extended foot, extended leg. Breathe. Slowly come up to seated. Turn, coming into a wide-legged fold. But first, just wiggle around a little bit. Let your hips, your legs land in this shape. Depending on how this feels in your body, you might simply stay as you are and flex through the feet. You can press through the heels. Another option, if this is feeling pretty tight, you could roll up a blanket or two, preferably, and put one underneath each knee. So for these first few moments, you're just finding how you want to be in this wide-legged shape. You could fold, reaching your arms forward. Maybe you continue to wiggle, going a little bit left, swaying left and right. Perhaps you find stillness, working to find a sense of calm in maybe intensity, calm in the chaos. Breathe. Relax. Soften. Take one more deep breath and slowly work your way back up. Use your hands to gently bring your legs back together, feet in front of you. Give yourself a hug. Roll the spine forward, chin towards your chest or knees. Over the next few moments, slowly transition to laying down on your back. You could use that blanket or towel underneath your head for like pillow support. When you lay down, bring your knees in towards your chest. Maybe you find a little rock left and right. Keep the right knee in towards your chest. Extend the left leg all the way down. Use your hands to find a little bit of circular movement, getting into your right hip. A few circles one way and then the other. Slowly release your right leg and switch, so hugging in your left knee. Use your hands to find circles with your knee, getting into the left hip. Few circles one way and then the next. Slowly release your leg all the way down, finding rest. Take up space. Here's your permission to take up space, to be as you are. Legs might be wide, arms reaching out wide. Allow the eyes to close. Rest. Bring your focus to your breath. And for the next few moments, see if you can allow your full attention to just be on your breathing. Notice the air as it comes in. Feel the breath as it leaves. There is absolutely nothing for you to do right now. Allow yourself to be. Slowly roll over to either side of your body, resting here. Take your time pressing yourself up to seated. A final pause of this practice. To close, you might bring one hand to heart, the other belly. Perhaps you bring your palms together to touch at your heart. Soften the shoulders and silently repeat after me. I am here. Take a moment of gratitude for yourself for showing up here today. It's truly an honor to guide you in this practice. Namaste. Before you go, know that we release a new yoga or meditation practice every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern. And if you enjoyed this practice, please consider sharing it or tagging a friend.